All right, let's dive into this English game that I just wrapped up with Ometh Nethvin, who hails from Sri Lanka. Pretty interesting one here. I'm going to start off with c4. He's going to match it. The symmetrical English is always kind of hard to deal with. I'm not supposed to bring this knight out, and that's because if he dumps the pawn here and we trade pawns, he can kick this knight pretty easily. So hopefully I'll remember that for next time. We'll see. But I definitely want to develop that other knight pretty quickly. He didn't push the pawn, so it's not a big deal. We end up just transposing into this book order anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we're still in the book moves despite my slight error at the beginning. I'm going to get this bishop fianchettoed, pretty happy there. And I've already got a little advantage here. I'm going to dive this pawn in the center. This pawn push was a great move, and then I immediately blow it by taking with the knight. If I take with the pawn, he's got to move the knight away, and I'm just winning a pawn. So I should have taken with the pawn here, or I don't know that I'm winning a pawn, but I have a nice central pawn, and it's pretty annoying. And he just completely blunders his bishop here, and I just have to figure out how to win this game up a bishop, which sounds easy, but oftentimes can be a little tricky. So he immediately trades off another bishop. I'm pretty happy about this. I'm just trying to trade pieces, so anything that he wants to trade, I'm pretty psyched about. This pawn has been hanging for a while. He doesn't want it, I guess. He attacks my queen. I offer a trade of queens. I guess trading queens was the best move for him there. And I come back, and I'm protecting both my pawns. He can take a pawn if he wants to trade queens. And honestly, he'll probably end up winning 2 pawns. So probably worth doing. But yeah, he dives a pawn in the center here. I'm happy to trade off these rooks. He's just trading off a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty happy about all of this. And I'm just trying to convert. I'm just trying to convert this advantage. I give him a check here. He pushes this pawn, so now he's got all of his pawns pushed in front of his king. I'm going to kick this knight out of here because that thing's kind of bothering me. And then I'm going to attack that pinned piece. Or it's not pinned really to anything, but I'm attacking the knight. He offers a trade of rooks, which seems sort of strange. And we're all good, dude. We're all good. This was dumb. Yeah, this knight is pinned to the queen. I could have just won it, if I just attacked it immediately. I attacked it by moving my knight out of the way. And I saw that this could happen, but I was like, whatever. We're just going to trade a bunch of stuff. And I'm going to be up a bishop after all is said and done, and I just have to convert this endgame. Decided not to take this pawn and just pushed it right through. Yeah, I probably should have just left it. Because now I just have to figure out how I'm going to get a passed pawn. And it turns out to not be that easy, honestly. He's going to take a pawn there. I'm just trying to keep these pawns locked. Again, yeah, I could have pushed past. No, wait, pushing past seems. Oh, that's a check. Okay, interesting. I didn't consider that at all. Blitz game. So I'm down a minute on the clock right now. So I'm starting to sweat. I mean, I'm not sweating, but I might be perspiring a little bit here. It's getting a little hairy. I'm advancing the king. Pretty happy about all this. I'm trying to win a pawn here, forcing him to push his pawn, trade off another couple pawns. And now I just have to figure out a way to break through. And he's like pretty annoying here. He just keeps taking this spot. And I have to think kind of hard about what I'm going to do here. I'd waste a couple moves, and I'm down to 20 seconds. And I'm getting nervous, trying to hang on to this pawn, figure out how to promote without him being able to promote. So I start advancing here. And I'm pretty happy about all this. I take opposition. I pave away for my pawn. I know I'm going to be able to promote my pawn at this point. So I just start walking my pawn up the board. But his pawns are like not scary, Like these things are moving all of a sudden. And my king is pretty far away. I'm afraid I might end up having to sacrifice my queen for one of these pawns. But I managed to walk my king over here, put a little pressure on these pawns, cut his king off from being able to move over. And I'm just trying to bring my king in. He just shuffles back and forth a couple times. And thankfully, eventually, I just checkmate him here. But definitely I was sweating a little bit, dude. Seven seconds left on the ticker there. It got a little spooky, It got a little spooky, but I took down this Sri Lankan individual. And it's good to get a W. It's always good to get a W, dude.